Thank you for being here at our Wellness Hub. And today we're going to focus on women, successful women entrepreneurs who are also helping people in various ways. And we have a very special guest. Her name is Corina Burton, all the way from Arizona. Corina, thank you for being here. The floor is yours. Tell us a little bit about your incredible background as a mother, as an entrepreneur, and what you're doing today to help people in different ways.
Well, thank you, Monica, for having me on here. I'm excited. You combine two of my greatest passions, which is health and wellness, and also being an entrepreneur, and going for your dreams, right? Achieving the things that you or many other people doubt that you can do. So I'm excited to be on here. A little bit about me. I am a mother of 4 daughters. So that's crazy enough. Just kidding.
It is. As soon as you said that, I was like, okay, that's it. I mean, you are amazing already. And then on top of that, tell us what you're doing.
So yes, I'm a mother of 4, and I started my own company with a business partner mid of 2019, and I started a construction cleaning company. My background is in restoration services, but throughout my entire career and experiences, I have been able to develop a good skill set of business development, sales, building relationships with potential clients that I have, which then brought me to that, opportunity to create my own and create it on a base of what I've always wanted to be, which is a service company that is a problem-solving company. How many times do we deal with, any business, and there's no customer service, nobody wants to help, and you're just like, I've just spent all this money and there is no customer service or problem solving. And so I wanted to be able to be that type of company, that type of service for my clients, even if it isn't just in the construction world.
That's amazing. I mean, just to be in the construction world as a woman, to me, it's incredible. Like, you are probably one of the few that I've heard. That's already a challenge. And so you created your own company. And what does it do exactly? What do you do with this?
So in construction cleaning, we don't provide janitorial services. What happens when you're building let's just say a apartment complex, the process is quite long. And throughout that time, if somebody's not going in there and cleaning up, it's just going to become one giant mess. Nobody on site is going to have the time to do it. So they call in a company like mine to come and do periodic cleans, which are called a rough clean, a final clean, a touch-up clean. But we also specialize in all construction cleaning services, exterior cleaning, pressure washing, window cleaning. We have each team on every service specializes in what they do, floor cleaning services. So you're not just getting someone who's, I'm okay at doing window cleaning. You're getting the best of the best. So yes, that's what construction cleaning is. And we can do it for new build homes. We can do it for commercial, medical, multifamily hotels, anything, any construction we do.
That's wonderful. And you told me that you try to use, of course, in commercial, it's kind of difficult, but you try to use the most environmentally,
yes,
so me as a products. Yes.
Myself, I'm very conscientious about health and wellness, and even, not just for my personal life, but for the environment as well. So we always use green friendly products that are healthy and safe for my team, and then those who obviously come into the space as well, and are environmentally friendly as well.
Now
And
you,
I was going to say
yeah.
that my company is now in 5 states. So we started in Arizona. We're now in California, Utah, Colorado, and Nevada.
Wow. So for
Hopefully,
people,
we'll be in Florida soon.
really, oh wow, that's amazing. Now, staying on this topic, let's say if you have someone who says, I want to start my own business, but I'm a mother, I have kids, I don't know if I can do it. What is your advice? Because sometimes it gets overwhelming, and you don't want to sacrifice the time with your kids, but at the same time,
Yes,
time goes by, and you're like, okay, so when am I going to do it? So, what is your
exactly.
advice to moms in this case?
So since I've been through it, but my scenario looked very different because I was a single mom when I initially started in my career. So it was,
Even more difficult.
well,
Wow.
I really didn't have an option of staying home, or it was really like succeed or fail. But the one thing, I did get remarried down the road, and then we had a child together, and I still made the decision to go back to work full time because I was not done with my career. I still felt like I had so much more to give. So the one advice I would give to the women who are wanting to, they have children or wanting to have children and continue in their career or start something, start a business, is don't give up when you feel like you're failing. Don't give up when it feels like it's getting too hard, because it will all adjust itself. That those feelings that you're going through of not being a good enough mom or not being there, it will regulate itself as you put things into priority. As you start living that life, you start recognizing that you can choose the things that are important in your personal life, but also in work. And so somehow it all works itself out. And then you also will realize that the time that you do spend with your children is going to be, it's going to feel almost more fulfilling, more gratifying, because you're really taking that time to sit down with them, to play a game or take them to the park or see them at their activities, versus when you're with them day in day out. I've been there. I was a stay-at-home mom for 10 years.
They take you for
you don't,
granted.
you don't mean to take it for granted, but you do, because you really don't know anything else other than that. Um, so just I just highly recommend try to do it, and it starts to feel hard. Don't give up, because it will work itself out. The schedules, everything. When you have passion, you have love, and you have perseverance behind it, your family's going to stand behind you, and they're going to be there for you. I mean, if I can do it, I have 4 kids, I have a husband. Um, Honestly, anybody can do it. I'm not, anything, I'm not special in any way. I'm just somebody who has a dream and wanted
And
to
you
make
fit
it come to pass.
and you followed your dream, and yeah, so
Yes.
so follow your dream, don't give up when things get tough, and keep going. And that's now, you told me at some point you had we're a little bit digressing, but you had chronic pain during your life, and you change at some point, you change certain aspects of your life, and now you're into wellness, right?
Yes.
What did you do and what
So
happened? Yeah.
after my second daughter, after having my second daughter and going in third daughter, I started developing a chronic illness that I didn't know what it was. And it didn't matter how many doctors I went to, I just kept losing weight. I wasn't well. I was very pale. I had, this was, I'm going to say like 12, 13 years ago. So even then at that time, fibromyalgia at the time. And, well, it was a thing, but it wasn't as like well known as, and even celiac disease, these types of autoimmune disorders, they just weren't as recognized. And so I was going to many doctors trying to figure out what was the matter, what was going on, and I had no answers. And so I started to automatically just do my own research, and I started to change my own diet. I eliminated all inflammatory foods, went on a very clean diet, but also I changed my entire household, right? I didn't use products that had chemicals. I didn't use any products on my hair, my makeup, anything that would be compromising my, my health and my wellness, because we don't think like our products in our hair go into our bloodstream, which then
everything we absorb
can hurt us. So, I changed everything, and I and I started to
feel better.
I started to feel better. And, I was probably around like 26 at the time. I'm now 37. And there was a period of time that, I kind of lost, when you start feeling better, you kind of start forgetting and you lose track and you start living life the way, everyone does, I guess. And this like, you go out to eat, you eat here, you eat there, you do whatever, you're probably not taking care of yourself as well as you think you should. And after I had my fourth daughter, I then was diagnosed with a disorder that doesn't allow my body to hold in the nutrients the way that it's supposed to. So that's why I kept getting sick, because my body was not holding in, it was holding high amounts of copper and very low amounts of zinc, magnesium, and B6. And that's when I once again changed my entire diet.
What was the name? This is an actual disease. This was
yes, it's called pyrol.
How do you spell it?
It is spelled Pyrolle.
Huh, pyrol. Okay.
Yes.
Wow.
So it's a pyrol disorder, and it's when you have this inability to, especially during stressful situations in your life, you're not able to absorb into your body these proper nutrients. And so you become depleted and depleted and depleted. So once I changed my diet, I also decided that at this time, I had a water subscription that came to my door every other week. And, in our minds, we think bottled water is very good for us, or, it's clean, it's safe. But the more research I did, I realized that it's very, very toxic, and it's very high in acidity. So, if your body is not in an alkaline state, it can become more chronic and you can suffer even more. And so I decided to change my water, and I found a water company that supplies an alkalized, ionized, hydrogenated water. I know that sounds complicated, but it's really not. Yeah. It's a beautiful water source that has the ability to penetrate through the cellular wall to truly hydrate you. When you're truly hydrated, you're able to absorb all the nutrients. Your body is able to reheal the cells. Your body is able to, the foods that you put into it, your body can digest it properly and delegate where the good things need to go and then where the bad things need to go. So when I changed my water, I made this significant difference in my health and my well-being. I stopped having these chronic pains. And I started noticing that I didn't have brain fog. And
how long have you been drinking this water?
It will be a year in May. So a year, so 2020, this year, it'll be 1 year.
Wow. That's wonderful.
But I live in Arizona and I used to think, gosh, I feel like I could never drink enough water. And I thought it was just because I live in the desert. It's very dry here. Last year we had hardly any rain at all. So when you just don't know, you don't know until I changed my water was when I noticed I feel like I'm dying of thirst all the time. I actually feel like I'm hydrated. So that was a really interesting and eye-opening change for me. I started to look at water in a very different way.
Wow, wonderful. Well, this is, I think we put the information, I mean, someone listens to our conversation, they can contact you and find out more about this special product, this special water. There are filters, right, that you put in the kitchen. And
so it's a water machine that sits on your kitchen counter, or you can put it underneath. And you can actually use it for several different things. And I also use it as my, because you can change the water pH.
Mm-hmm.
You can change it to either being the highest alkaline, which is 11.5, or you can do it to the lowest pH, which is 2.5 acidity.
Oh, wow.
And with that, when you use a 2.5, it turns into a disinfectant, and it turns into an actual medical grade disinfectant, which I love, right? Because zero chemicals, it's 100% water that's been, filtered out to change it into a high acidity. I feel very safe with my kids using it to clean, and you can use it on multiple times. I love it. It's amazing. So it's really nice. It just sits on the counter. For us, we have it on the counter. Our kids have access to it. They know how to use it. And, obviously you have maintenance on it, but.
Yeah, that's the least. That's the least.
Yeah.
Well, it sounds amazing. It sounds amazing. And then besides the water, you also changed like your diet. Are you like plant-based, vegan? I mean, did you get rid of all the gluten? Any foods that contain gluten? Yes.
So I changed my diet and I eliminated the foods that for me were triggers. Corn is one of them.
Huh.
I also eliminated gluten and dairy and high sugars. So anything that's a sugar, fructose, anything, not fructose, but sucrose, anything that is a fake sugar, I don't eat it. Everything for me, if I'm going to have sugar, it's going to come from fruits or another type of honey.
Yeah, anything. There are many things.
Maple syrup, anything that is a natural sugar source.
Honey.
Yes. So when I changed that as well is when I started to notice a difference in my health and a shift in that as well.
Wow. That's wonderful.
And it's interesting because I changed my diet and I was losing a ton of weight. I was very skinny. When I changed my diet, my body then started recognizing it and I started to gain weight, which is, for me, that's something that I wanted to do because I was losing so much weight. But I thought it was so fascinating because when I was eating all the junk, my body was just like, no, you cannot do this. And then when I started eating good, healthy foods, this is the way that you're supposed to be. This is a healthy Corina. And it naturally did that, right? And some people, it's the opposite. Some people, once they start changing their diet, their body then will regulate it and say, you know what? You can now start losing weight and you start feeling healthy. And it's interesting to see how everyone's body is so different from each other.
Yeah, everybody's different. You have to listen to your body. And,
exactly.
And apparently you needed all these changes in, it's amazing how water is very important because we need water every day. And I think this is at the root of any problem, what type of water we
our bodies are made up of 80% water. And if you think about it, the water that I was drinking, that I was spending, I want to say I probably was spending a month $160 on a water subscription, on a
Oh,
water that is
and
very well known.
what type of water were you drinking before?
We had a subscription with Sparklets. So it's a very well-known company. But when I tested the water's pH was at a 3.5 acidity. And I thought to myself, oh my gosh, I can't believe this whole time I have been just putting this acidic water into my body. And no wonder I was feeling terrible. I was shocked that I didn't think of that. And I know I'm not alone. Maybe there are people who automatically think of that, but I certainly didn't. My family didn't. I have, a lot of family who still use the water subscription in their homes, but they're not recognizing the signs of the quality of water, but I did. And so I made a change. And now my children recognize and see the difference. And they're so funny because they take their big jugs of water to school, and anywhere they go, and they say, oh, I don't like water anywhere. So when we travel, we'll take jugs of our water with us too, because they love the taste of the water. And then I don't know if they really fully recognize that they feel this difference, but I believe that it's not just the way the water tastes, but it's the way it makes them feel. That's why they like it so much. But they're 17 and 15, 12 and 4.
You have all the ages.
Yeah, so I don't think they're thinking, wow, I feel magnificent with this water, but they will. I truly believe that, when they move out, they'll want to have it, and then we'll have to, buy them the water machine. So
of course. Well, Corina, it's been wonderful. I would talk forever, and unfortunately our time is up. But it's been truly interesting. Your journey as a mother entrepreneur, and health conscious in all different levels. I hope to see you again soon. So you tell
yes, likewise.
Things are going, but thank you again for being here. Thank you, everyone, and until next time. Ciao, everyone.
Monica.
Ciao.
Bye.
Bye.